Yo, we record another one, right? This is for the series. This is for the YouTube series, right? Tournament Guidebook by Vishnu Warrior, right? The one lines, mantras, and the axioms. Book is definitely dropping as you saw him. If you haven't already, go check the other videos, a few videos before this one, where you get to see actually the author, Vishnu Warrior, as we talk about today. Today's analysis. Now, today's analysis, right? It's called Run the Play. Run the Play. Okay. Run the play. Usually, of course, it changes. Things can change up, but the play, in a way, and what I like to think about it, is like a 3-on-1 where you run a play. In sports, when you have a 3-man weave, basketball, for my basketball players out there, you have 3 attackers, 1 defender, right? So you run it down the court, 3 of y'all, you pass it to one, and then, of course, the defender's on him. Then he passes it to another, and, of course, the defender can't get there in time. In fact, you know what? I want you to actually look up the perfect example for that is Jason Terry getting dunked on by LeBron. If anyone knows what that is, okay, run the play. You can Google it right now. I highly recommend you Google it. In fact, we're on YouTube anyway, and it's called Run the Play, right? So real quick, we're gonna pull up 2 videos. One is gonna be the Jason Terry getting dunked on by LeBron, and then the other one is going to be, of course, the man himself, Garry Kasparov. So we're going over, in fact, today's game on how we're going to do this. What we're looking at today for today's game, Run the Play. Garry Kasparov is going to show you in 1990 how he ran the play with Karpov in 1990, the world champs. This was game 20 of the world championship with 1990, Garry Kasparov versus Anatoly Karpov. But let me pull these videos up real quick, and I'm going to show y'all real quick on screen what we're talking about. So let me find, first off, how you run the play, right? Hold on, let me find that real quick. First thing to pop up on YouTube, you type in Jason Terry, and it shows it right here. Okay, perfect. This is the clip. This video, we're going to let the ad run real quick. All right, here we go. Hold on. We got the ad run. All right, so I'm going to show you real quick. And go, this is a long ad. Okay. All right, cool. Perfect. Hold on. Man, that's legendary. May he rest in peace. But okay, so here, let me pull this up, and then we're gonna run over here to the full screen to let y'all see. All right, we're gonna let y'all see. Oh, this my tube buddy over there. All right, perfect. We'll do this one. So look at this, right? Let me move me out the way. So running the play. Think about this. Run the play, right? We're gonna put this back in chess. Run the play, right? So if you see right here, right, I don't have like no screen marker or anything, but all right here, there's 3 players, right? There's like 3 of them. You see Jason Terry right here in the white. Oh man, this hurts. This hurts to see. Oh my goodness, right? This was such a long time ago. In fact, well, look at this. This was 8 years ago, and he still cannot live this down to the day. Here we go. Right, run the play. Run the play. Many defenders, right? Or many attackers versus 1 defender. Here it is. Some kids watching this one. Wow. Well, at the same time, right? That was nuts, right? That was nuts. Absolutely nuts, right? But think about how the breakdown of the play. Breakdown of the play. There were 3 attackers and 1 defender. Get that in your mind. 3 attackers, 1 defender. Now, let me show you this Garry Kasparov calculations. We're gonna watch this quick video. It's like 7 minutes or so, 5 minutes. I got the shorter version. 5 minutes. If you never saw this video, you about to see today. This one blew my mind. When I first saw this video, I never in my life like saw him do this. This was very I learned a lot from this. And the biggest thing I learned is what we're gonna teach today is actually, and looking at the game, but looking at running the play. Running the play, which is of course running the play, meaning, right, when you have 3-on-2 or 3 attackers, 1 defender, or he's actually going to mention something like this, like, oh, 6-5 is not as dangerous as 3-2. You're going to hear him say some numbers here, right? Watch this video. Here we go.
So he did not see this move?
I didn't calculate it. I knew that it should win.
I saw you playing very quickly this
I
time over
didn't
the ball.
calculate. It's just so several lines. Why it's winning? Because I have 7 pieces in the attack. 2 bishops, 2 knights, 2 rooks, and rooks is attack 2. Queen. He has some pieces protected. Okay, rook, two pawns and bishop, and maybe queen. Okay, we can change, you know. It's an equal change. I change one attacking piece for one defensive piece, but I have enough pieces to make it.
So let's have a look. Knight takes.
H6, he played C3, you know.
And now, why didn't he take?
Okay, if he takes here, it's very nice. I took knight takes D6. Now I can show you many good ones, interesting lines. Number one, if he's trying to escape with his queen D7. Then I played queen G4. Queens. If he takes here, then bishop takes G7, mate.
So bishop takes.
Bishop takes, queen takes.
This is mate.
Mate, yes. If he takes
your queen
with
now.
a rook, wait, so with, then check. And he cannot
Because of
because
check.
check, and this is pinned. The pawn is pinned, and the king G8 is a mate in several moves. Bishop H7, bishop G6, and queen H7 mate. If he takes my queen, then it's a very nice combination. Check, the only move. Check, check. King F7, bishop G6 check, king G8. The only moves. Bishop F5, bishop E6, king G8. Bishop takes D5 check, and bishop takes B7.
And so you have a nice investment, which is a rook up. After,
rook up
after this combination.
Yes, and but it's not the end of the story. Actually, this line I saw at the board, but some other I found after. I just it proved that I was right. You know, in this position he could go queen H5. And here I played rook G5. You cannot take here because knight F7 check and take the queen. If you take here, it's interesting. You know,
Knight check.
Check.
Crazy, NJ, right?
Rook takes D1 and C3. And it looks very good for black because it's now the pawn is closed, bishop is hanging, C2 is threatening, but suddenly knight F7 check, king G8, bishop G6, C takes B2, rook H5.
And
Thank
There's
you.
no defense.
Wonderful.
It's a mate.
That's my
Mate.
always gets me.
It's mate again.
So you had the feeling for this
That's the
position.
feeling, yes. And final, I can show you the final. If he sacrificed queen, I mean just in this position, if he sacrificed queen by playing queen takes E1, rook takes D6. Then I played queen E4, threatening mate, knight D3,
That smile, bro, right?
king G8, bishop takes G7, bishop takes G7, and queen G4.
And no defense.
No
the rook
defense.
cannot defend because queen takes.
Queen takes, and that's all.
And this is over. All the pieces
Yeah,
are
all of it.
disconnected.
Yes, absolutely. And I don't need the Karpov saw it, but he felt that this is bad. He didn't take my knight.
He was confident in your calculations or in your feeling.
Maybe
See,
my feelings.
he was just
He
confident.
tried to close this bishop, you know. It's fine, but now this bishop is a very strong seat.
So first of all, you gave one piece. Now you're sacrificing another piece.
yeah, another piece. Okay, he killed this bishop, but this bishop now, he cannot close it anymore.
And
This
he
bishop
gave
is
you
very
some
strong.
tempi, which is
Tempi,
important
yes.
in chess.
Yes, absolutely. And I still have 6 pieces. in the
So
attack.
6 instead of 7. This
Listen, this is the part right here. This is the most important part of the entire video, what he about to say right here.
is not a big loss.
But no, there's no pawn, you know.
But one defender less, as you said
Yes.
before. So instead of 5, now 4 defenders.
Yes, and it's not enough. He played bishop c8, trying to
To have some play.
queen h4 check. If he goes king g8 and simply king h2 and no defense, knight g5.
Knight g5 and then queen h7.
It's a mate, yes.
Mate.
He's trying to stop me. Rook h6, take, king h2.
Very strong move.
An important move, you know. Now my knight can go because rook is hanging without check. Queen e5, knight g5.
We're about to look at this game. We literally about to look at this right now.
Now I have only 5 pieces in attack,
Right.
but you know, just 3 defenders left. And it's just 5 very powerful.
So it was 7-5, 6-4, and now 5-3.
5-3, yes. 5-3, yes. And
So
anyway,
still the proportion is still
yeah,
very
but
difficult.
5-3 is much more dangerous than 7-5.
Ooh, what you say, Gary? Hey, Gary, say that one more time, bro. Say that one more time. I don't know if my chat heard you. Hold on, one more time.
5-3.
5-3, yes. 5-3, yes. And
So
anyway,
still the proportion is still
yeah,
very
but
difficult.
5-3 is much more dangerous than 7-5.
Every time I hear it, what did he say, chat? What did he say? What did he say? What did he say? Numbers. Let me hear it. What did he say? What did he just say? What did he just say? Let me play it again. There it is. 5-3, right? Better than 7-5. Right. 5-3 is more dangerous than 7-5. That's nasty. Think about that. What is he talking about, right? If you have 7 defenders or 7 attackers versus 5 defenders, you know, okay, you have something. But 5-3 is more dangerous. And if you go lower than that, 3-on-1 is even more dangerous. Hence the Jason Terry, right, getting dunked on for the rest of your life. 8 years later, they still dunking on you in your dreams, right? Which is, we saw that video, 3-on-1, right? And here, and in your chess game, just should be the same way. So now we're going to look at this game. That's nuts. 5-3 is more dangerous than 7-5, right? So that's nuts. Now we're going to stop and we're going to look at the game. We're going to look at the game here, okay? All right, so here we go. So here is the game. This is the game we're looking at today. We got Gary, the man himself, versus Anatoly Karpov. Let's dive into the game, right? This is the game he's talking about. In fact, World Championship. This was 20. Wow, this was 1990, right? Yeah, 1990. Gary versus Karpov. I think this was game 20. Here it is. All right, so here we go. E4, E5. In fact, I didn't know the history of this game. I actually thought this was like a Sicilian or a Carol, but in fact, it was just a regular Ruy Lopez. And I was like, wow, this was Ruy. Like, look at that. You know, it was Ruy Lopez. A6, bishop A4, knight F6, castles, bishop E7. This is all theory. That's why I'll be flying through this. Flying through. Flying. Go ahead, Jedi Mind. Go ahead and copy some of that merch, my guy. Yeah, me too, bro. You learned a lot from it. Game 20. Sheesh. What's up, Vishnu, my guy? What up, though? Yeah, so Ricky won, right? This is still theory, guys. Like you could do this. I could talk to you and just hit the arrow right now on the moves because of how theory this is. Like, this is book for real. You know, there's nothing different here. There's literally nothing going on. This is just straight theory. But of course, we can talk a little bit about the position, right? You know, like B5 makes the bishop go back. Okay, I mean, it's easy, right? D4 incoming, that's what C3 is for. D4, bishop C2, knight D2, knight F1, knight G3, H3. Sometimes even playing G4 first, then put the knight on G3, play knight F5, or king H1, or G1. Like playing in a black line fashion. Also playing A4, taking, bishop goes to B7, right? Captures, rook takes is another thing. D4, everything exchanges, it becomes a draw. It's ridiculous, bro. This stuff is studied. Studied. Do you understand me right now? Hold up. Come on. Bruh. Like, for real. Bruh. Like 100. Bruh. Like 1,000. Wow. This is ridiculous. Like, it's theory. So he played C3. After C3, there was castles. And then H3, stopping bishop to G4. Right? It's the same stuff. Nothing, I mean, literally, it's such theory, it doesn't make sense. But it does. I mean, some of the best stuff you'll ever see. H3, bishop B7. You develop your pieces. This is why they call this, you know, Ruy Lopez. But another common name, if you never knew this, is also called the Spanish torture. That's another way to call it. Spanish torture. Why? Is because you torture your opponent with so many moves. These games can last forever. Sometimes I remember reading a Magnus book. It was called the Ruy Lopez Move by Move. And I can't remember who made it, but it was Magnus was the focus. Magnus was the focus. Long time ago. I mean, I was in high school. So Magnus was the focus, though. And because he was the focus, like, they had his Ruy Lopez games. And it was like, man, we was going and move 30 on theory still, 35 still in theory. Like, it was ridiculous. But this is theory stuff. You can play knight a5, which is a move, right, after d4. But after d4, in fact, Karpov chose rook e8, which is sort of a rare move. You have knight a5 that you see a lot. And with the bishop on b7, usually the bishop's, I think, on c8 when you play the Breyer variation, which is knight b8 to d7. But knight a5 follows, and this line is deep. In fact, I used to play this for both sides, white and black. After knight a5, bishop c2, c5, right? I remember this. This was a long time ago. After c5, there's like knight d2, queen c7, playing d5, a4. Like, it's a long battle. Long battle. But McDonald, that might be it, Vladimir. That might be it for real. I think that's it, bro. Neil McDonald. That's exactly it. A Phantom Master Klendrick, send me, every time I talk about a video, I'm gonna link it for y'all, or book, so you can go buy it. And I can get some of the money for that, so appreciate it. No, but for real, go send me that Phantom Master Klendrick, say Ruy Lopez, Neil McDonald. And I'm gonna put that in the description for you in the YouTube video, so you guys can actually go cop that book. Because that was a book I actually used. I remember using that book. Mokel Mimbe, what's up, bro? Hey, yeah, that was a good book, and it really just followed all of Magnus's games in the Ruy Lopez, and that's what I followed, and I got really good at the Ruy Lopez for one period of time when I was playing it, and I was really good, but I only used that book. Rook E8, so Rook E8, move over to what? Hey, Vladimir with the 5-piece. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the 5, and we live. Bruh. Yo, thanks for the 5, bro. We back over 800. I think that's back over 800 subs because of you. Thanks, bro. Rook E8. So he plays Rook E8. Right, knight b to d2. Same plan, knight f8, knight g3. Thanks, Vlad. We appreciate you, big Vlad. We're over here back over 800 subs, big fella. So bishop f8. Bishop f8, and a common move is a4. Right? a4. Now, we don't even, like, you can just sit here and learn right now, because we're not gonna fly through the moves. Why no longer play Ruy Lopez? Because, I mean, it's studied more. I'm more of the Artemiev kind of styles, Dubov, Richard Rapport, Perugia. Those are my players. Ferrugia plays a lot of mainline stuff too, but I like playing and modeling my game. Or of course, my grandfather is Tal, so that's to tell you something. But the other, on the other hand, I like playing stuff that is unorthodox in a way, but also very, very strong. Like if you're doing move 1 on the engine, unless it's the absolute best, like I'm winning immediately, I'm gonna do move 3 or 4, right? And know that one way better than you know move number 1. And move number 3 is not, it's like half a point worse or 0.3 less, right? I've been spending a lot of time looking at that kind of stuff. But here, a4 is a move. King t3 is very aggressive, more than solid, I think, right? Okay, a4. So after a4, there's h6. h6 stops any bishop g5 potentials. I mean, it also stops knight g5, which is f7. f7's weak, right? Obviously, that's still thinking no problem. That's a smart strategy. Thanks, bro. That's how actually your grandpa. Bruh. Okay, so after a4, h6, and after h6, we play bishop to c2, and hitting this. This is usual stuff. Usual stuff. Where they'll definitely fetch it. That's right. That's right, bro. Black tile. Thanks, Evolve. Yeah, I thought so. Bishop c2. Regular stuff. Pretty good. You also have knight f1, knight g3, knight f5. Obvious. You're also getting out of the way of knight f5. You're going to go here anyway, usually. So after bishop c2, e takes d4. C takes d4 and knight b4. Okay? Bishop goes to b1. And this is how, when we was looking at the calculations video, how you saw he was talking about the bishops. Right? And they just pointing over here. Snipers. Snakes in the grass. Whatever you want to call them. Them boys ready to go to town. And they gets down. Oh, yeah. So, all right, bishop b1, c5, which needs to be played. And now, okay, he plays d5 here. d5 is a good move, I think. And d5 actually blocks the bishop. Blocks the bishop, but it also blocks my own, too. It's very blocked. So, knight d7. Karpov. Now, this is where it gets, I think it gets very interesting here. Very interesting. I mean, it does. And it's white to move, chat. It's on you now. What do? White to move. You're playing Gary here. Now, remember, you're playing as Gary. You're not playing as yourself or any other player. You're playing as Gary. Kasparov. Gary. Gary used to grunt at the board. Think about that. So, before you make your move, think about Gary used to grunt when you made your move and it was stupid. He would puff at it and crush you. We got rook a3 from Charizard. Rook e3. We got e5 from NJ. Knight f1 from Evolve. e5 from Watchful Prism. Interesting. Certainly lots of great chess research up there. That's right. That's right. Queen to b3 from Danny. Rook to e3 from Singing Fly. All right, so I'm going to give you the engine choices. Number 1, knight f1. Just follow the plan. Number 2, knight b3, which is not a move to me at all. Knight b3 is not a move, big fella. And then the third is a takes b5. Again, not a move. Grandmasters keep the tension. So you ain't trying to just do this. Like, why would you release the tension with no real move? Like, so in fact, what he did is exactly right from Charizard. Great job. Rook a3. Sheesh. I love it. I love it. Rook a3. What a move. I'm going to move this knight, and you about to go knight. Oh, man. This could get nuts. I automatically see this. I know what he's doing with this rook. Karpov know too. Being Mr. one of the, you know, being one of the Mr. prophylactics, you know, of chess period, besides Petrosian and a few others, right? Karpov knew what he was doing with rook a3. What's the difference between rook e3 and rook a3? The rook on e1, like, you have to think about this from like future standpoints, right? If this rook gets lifted over here, then what are you doing with this one? He just kind of sits here the whole game just to defend a4, which is actually already defended. And if it wasn't defended, does it even matter if he takes? He's just doubled pawns. He's not queening. We got this covered. So really, this pawn doesn't even matter as much. So this one helps actually push, and maybe we can, you know, it just holds better. It just holds better. This rook is not useful at all. So you want to use the piece. In fact, there's one of the questions I teach is what is my worst place piece? So my worst place piece is a1. This rook's not in the game. So rook a3 makes total sense to rook lift that boy and getting him in the game. So after rook a3, there's f5. Wow, that's a move right there. World Championship, he gonna find that kind of thing. f5 was so strong to me. So strong. All right, Chad, it's on you. He plays f5. Karpov play f5. That's a strong move, boy. That's a strong move. Wow. What do you do about it? EF from Watchful Prism. Open it up. Okay. Yeah, this man played a strong move. What y'all do about it, chat? We got EF from Watchful. We got E5 and we live. Very nice lingo, fall off god. Knight F1. Very murderous, Queen B3. Yeah, I think you're murdering yourself there. Phantom Master Queen B3. You out here looking crazy. You out here looking crazy. We take those, says seen unseen. Yeah, now the engine move is actually E takes F5. E takes F5. You want to use it? Yeah, I hate close game. Yeah, E takes F5 is the engine move number 1. But Gary chose this, which is interesting, right? This whole thing was interesting. In fact, rook A3 wasn't even made by the engine. They didn't even consider it. Now, I think if I had more lines on, I only have 3 on. Yo, appreciate you. Jason H. Holler, bro. Thanks for the 6 months, my bro. Dang, 6 months from you, bro. Wow, that's a 6-piece. Thanks, bro. Half a year? H4, sorry. Yeah. Thinking knight H4, but not sure if it's logical. Bringing the other rook to E3. Yeah, he just brought it to E3. So this rook was now... Like, look at this. This rook was doing nothing. I mean, okay, it's doing something, quotation marks. But really, like, it's not really doing anything. So he moved it here. Now it's very active. Knight F6 from Karpov. All right, chat. Let's see if y'all can guess this next one. I mean, I don't know how. I can't remember how much the time was. Do they tell me here how much the time control was? No, they don't tell me. They don't tell me the time control. But, boy, look, yo, he was using his time, to say the least, to make a move like this. Again, nowhere near. The engine don't even think of this. This is creativity at its finest. This is the style I like to teach my students a lot. With unorthodox is the key or the wave these days. In this day and time, most people will study a Knight of Sicilian, a Ruy Lopez, an Italian game, right? Okay, from both sides, white and black. Aces, they gonna study this stuff, but they ain't gonna study certain openings that still are very good, and especially with this day and age and the new engines. Engines are making things that were not playable very playable now. With that being said, though, this is not the move you would think it is. We have knight h4, e takes f5. Hey, what else? The very lavishing king h1. I mean, I guess you could play king h1. Knight h4, g5, then what? Well, you just take on f5. e5 from Thad. Here's the moves from the engine. Number 1, Gary and nobody in the world is playing this one. Rook 3 to e2. I don't even know why it's even considered. I have no idea, and this is why, you know, sometimes you tell the engine no. That's a big no for me. It's going to be a no for me. Try again. And then the next move is e takes f5. Okay, getting a little better. Getting a little better. A takes b5 again. You can take that one back. Reset, right? Reboot, whatever you got to do. Find some better moves. Rook 3 to e2 and a takes b5, not happening. And Gary didn't play that. Gary played knight h2. Wow. Knight to h2. Completely equal still, by the way. Half a pawn for white. But knight h2. Wow. Wow. That man was thinking. This is a deep plan, bro. Like, he really trying to get his pieces into play. I can see him trying to get this knight to g4. Maybe bring the queen or rook over to g3 as well. Bishop h6 ideas. This is what he's going for. Hey, Vlad, thanks for another gifted sub over there to Romeo. Appreciate it. Let's go, bro. Let's go. So knight h2, king h8. He steps out the way. And then Gary plays a move here that is playable. Obviously, the engine likes it too. And I guess it's just, sometimes I teach this to students. The best attacks are prepared. The best attacks are prepared. So instead of thinking you're going to do something like really, really nice here or really, really aggressive, he plays b3, which makes total sense. b3 is activating the bishop now to here. We wanted, now remember this is deep strategy plans, just a world championship. You got to think about that. From Gary Kasparov and Anatoly Karpov, some of the greatest ever to play the game. So here, strategy-wise, here, our strategy was to play rook g3 and maybe move this knight somewhere and then take on h6. But now that the king has moved, prophylaxis, we play b3 now, put the bishop here on a stronger diagonal where the king sits on h8. Very strong. And now we can even still bring the rook over here on g3 and do what we do, something like that. So, okay, can't get rid of that arrow there. Rook g3 stuff like that. Thanks for the follow, Gato. After b3, b takes a4, b takes a4, and then c4 from Karpov. And Karpov says, let's go. Yeah, bro. Okay, yeah, this is the world champ. Go ahead and take this pawn if you want to. But there's so much going on. If you take this pawn, which is an error, e4 hangs, which is connected to d5. That's only defended one time and attacked 3 times. Remember, it's called run to play, right? What's the play? Remember, we looked at that. Usually the play could be 3-on-1, or like Gary said, right? If he was paying attention, chat, what did he say? 5-3 is more dangerous than 7-5 or 5-7, however he said it, whatever, right? But the lower it is, so, okay, if we look at this again, knight takes c4 takes, there's actually 3 pieces attacking this right here, which could be fatal sometimes. So Gary just plays bishop b2 and says, forget all of that. I wanted to go here anyway. This is what I wanted to do. F takes c4 on the board. You take back. You take, I take, same. And he takes on d5. Again, black's following the title. Run the play, right? How many defenders do you have? 1, right? 3-1 is very dangerous. More dangerous than, like, 6-3. But this is still very dangerous. 3-1, so he takes the pawn. Okay, cool. Your rook's hanging. Obviously, rook g3, and this is where it gets crazy. Now, remember, Gary was talking about, right, 5-3 is more dangerous than 7-5. Now, let's count. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially, and maybe a 5th with the queen. We'll say maybe 5. 5 potential pieces that are attacking the king. Over here, let's count everything. 1, 2, 3. Maybe a 4th. So it's not enough yet. But as you see, there's something cooking up on this side of the board. Rook to e6. He helps defend. Knight to g4. It's on the board. And then here it is. Queen e8. Oh my goodness. And here it go. And this is where Gary Kasparov's calculations video, this is when he started going crazy and start rambling off 100 different lines. Miss Willa Collins, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Man, that was ridiculous. Knight takes h6. That's right, chat. That's right. In fact, Evolve got it first. Knight takes h6. So let's see what happens on rook takes. Oh, this is ridiculous. Knight takes d6. Oh, man, this was great. This is like, woo. Sheesh. Oh, man, this was crazy. This is the line he showed right here. This is what he was talking about. If queen h5, rook g5, bro. What? This is, I mean, it just, as you saw him doing it, you were in awe, right? When you watched the video. But then when you see it here on the board, bro, look at this. Queen takes d1. And then knight f7. Sheesh. King g8 takes? Are you kidding me? Bro, are you kidding me? And then rook takes d1. C3, knight F7, bro. And this is the line he talked about. And then you play here, his mate. Gary. Oh my goodness. Bruh. Yo. Oh my goodness. Gary, don't do it to him. Don't do it to him, my guy. Right? And what did he say? And that smile, he was like, yeah. Yeah, I'm crushing them, right? Yeah. You see, right? Yeah, 5-3 is more dangerous than 7-5. Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy, bro. Takes. Knight takes e4. Knight F. Rook g3, rook e6. Knight g4, queen e8. Snaps. Oh my goodness, it's getting loud through here. And then c3. Played by Karpov. C3 is on the board. Anti looks deep. Oh, this looks like deep blue versus Gary. Yeah. Yes, the candy smile. Not even the candy. 3-bot can get it better. Fly says C3 hitting B2. So B2's hanging. All right, chat. We're playing Gary here. All right. We talked about that. 5-3 or dangerous. 5 pieces minus 3 pieces, right? Just a simple math. 5 minus 3, 2. 7 minus 5, 2. All right. So 5 pieces attacking, 3 defending. You got to figure this out. Queen h5 says evolve. Knight f5 from Charizard. And then he says, nah, yeah. I was about to cook you. Oh, I was about to send you to the shop real quick. Calling people on you. Yeah. Hey man. Yeah. He need to, give him that special jacket. Yeah, he need one. Queen h5 is not a move. Sheesh. Face blockage. 100% natural. Knight f5 is the move he played. We played knight f5 with the ideas of like maybe knight takes g7. It's like, what happens if you take? Because he did take. He took on b2 and then he played queen g4. Like Phantom Masklindrick said. Queen g4, that's right. Yeah, Lopez game, right. And then bishop c8. Okay, chat, finish it off. Finish it off. How do you do this, chat? Let's go, let's go, let's go. It's only like 12 moves left, something like that. I paid attention to that video. Okay. Yeah, you did, Charizard. You did. That's great. If you paid attention to the video, if you haven't, of course, watch this YouTube video many times. Knight g5, knight g7. Knight g7 still wins, but there's a better move. When you find a good move, look for a better. Lasker says that. Held the title for 20-some years. I think 27. I'm 29, right? You need to listen to everything he tells you. If you find a good move, look for a better one, bro. Queen h4 check. Yes, sir. Knight takes g7 works, but queen h4 is better. Queen h4 check. And rook h6. All right, chat, how do we do this? Come on. Quickly. You know you can do this, right? You train yourself to calculate fast. When you can calculate fast, a lot of times you can calculate deeper. Knight takes h6. Queen takes. Okay, Tucker Tommy. Queen takes. I mean, I guess it looks kind of cool, but you're actually just losing. It is knight takes, though. It is knight takes h6. G takes h6. And right here, guys, I mean, wow. I am impressed. I am 100% impressed by this move right here. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm so impressed by this move right here. White's move. Chat, what do you do? Let me get ready for this. Oh, man, this tells you he had a lot of time, right? This tells you when you make a move like this, this tells you had a lot of time to think about this. And number one, this is the World Championship, so you should have a lot of time. And number two, like that, when you have a lot of time, it's so crazy how deep you can calculate things. Right? And you know, next month we're gonna have analysis of every game, all 9 games of the games I play. Going to Charlotte, I will be there first week in September for the next International Master Tournament. So, want to get normed up, but. Yes, sir. We're going to be having a lot of time and a lot of time to calculate. We only see one person has it, and that's Axer here with King H2. Wow. King H2. Let me get my... Let's put those silence there. Let's put the silence in the chat. If you got your silent King H2 emote, that's your time to put it. He played King H2. Wow. Yeah, are you kidding me? Out of all the moves he played, King H2? Yeah, I remember the video. Yeah, that's right. King H2. Now tell me the idea. What's the idea? Why am I playing King H2? Out of all the moves, he played King to H2. Why? So no check when he moves the knight and drops the rook. Wonderful. From Watchful Prism. 100% couldn't have said it better. That's correct. There is no check when I move the knight. Because if I move the knight before I move my king, he can take on e1 and you're done. Very easy. So get the man off the board. So he plays king h2 and says, what do you do? And he played queen e5. Right here, we play knight g5 and we live. Hitting. Knight f7 is about to be mate. So if you take on e1, not only is it just check, you thought you could go here, but you forgot about the snake in the grass. Oh, the sniper on the roof. Right, you forgot about him. It's mate. So there's nothing you can do about that. So after knight g5, which happens, this is what Karpov does. He plays queen f6 right here. Now, the game still ain't over. I mean, it's over, but you have to make it over, which means you still got work to do, chat. So is white to move? Can you do this right, or will you get this wrong? It's up to you. Bishops are certified snipers, correct. Big facts. Rook e8 maybe, I don't know. Fall of God says rook e8. Rook e6. Ouch. Rook e6. Knock everything off the table as soon as you do it. Just knock over all the pieces. Then when you reset them back up, don't put the rook back on e6. Right? Oh, my bad. I sneezed. Knocked over the entire board. But it got notation. So y'all gonna get right back to the same moves. Rook e6 is not a move. Don't do it to yourself. Queen takes h6. Then he says, no, wait. Oops. Yeah. So you corrected yourself. Knight f7, not a move. Looks good, though. Harsh. That's right, Vlad. It's very harsh. Here it is. Rook e8, and we great. Very nice move. Very nice move, right? Putting some pressure on f8. Queen takes h6, which is mate, bro. Like, Gary is threatening mate. Look at this. If you play a move like bishop b7, right? You thought everything was cool, and then he hit you with queen h6, and he's talking about this for the rest of, like, the rest of chess careers will be around this part right here. You will be known for getting mated like this in a world championship game 20. Oh my goodness, this is mate. You forgot the sniper? Some of y'all still forget the sniper on the roof. Can't go nowhere. Mate. Wow. So rook e8, he plays bishop f5. I cannot get mated like this on national television. Dunked on, right? Dr. Harm 81, like Jason Terry, correct? Yeah, absolutely, 100%. So after bishop f5, all right, chat, it's still on you. This is not over yet. What do? You got time. You still got to figure this out. Still got to figure this out. Rook f3 from A-Doc. Ouch. Rook f3. Man, you got so many pieces hanging. A-Doc, yo, you gonna need a doc, A-Doc. Okay, if you play rook f3, you hanging everything. Everything hanging. Queen takes h6. Rook takes a8 from Watchful Prism. In fact, here it is. Queen takes h6. Steal. Sheesh. Oh my goodness. Boy. Wow. You better be doing your tactics. That's all I gotta say. Okay, after queen takes, knight f7 anyway. King h7, hit him. Split him. Forces queen g6. We take with the bishop, king g7. What else do you do, right? This is a queen, but we can take that. So we take the rook. Thanks for the extra material. Bishop e7, he gets out the way. He don't want none of that trouble. And then here's the ending. Rook b8, a5, bishop e4 check, king f7. And then after bishop takes d5, Karpov resigned. The game was over, bro. And Gary, you know, got up all like Gary like and just went back to work, bro. Like, sheesh, that was crazy. Gary went off in this game, bro. Now, hopefully you all have learned something from today about running the play. Run the play is how many pieces attacking, and of course the overall theme is how many pieces are attacking versus how many pieces are defending. In fact, in simple math, how many pieces are attacking minus how many pieces are defending will let you know if an attack can be successful or not. So hopefully you guys can learn from that. Why didn't he play knight f7 instead of queen takes h6? Let's see that, Charizard Lizard. Let's actually see that right now. So if he plays knight f7 right now, well, I could just take it, and I think you are here looking crazy. think you out here looking crazy, but maybe not. I guess you're still okay. It's not made yet, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still not made. Not made yet. It's gonna take a while. It probably does work. Next, let me see what the engine says. Actually, after bishop f5, what'd you say? Oh, you said knight f7. Knight f7 takes. Yeah, it's actually mate in 4. It says mate in 4 right here. After rook takes a8, knight c2 is the best move because rook takes. So this was still winning too. This was just another way. Go back. Doesn't the queen hang? Where at? On queen takes h6. Oh wait, where's the queen hang at? Where's the queen hanging at? Watchful. Knight f7. Knight f7 is check. Knight f7 is check, big fella. Make sure you're looking at your checks, my guy. Make sure you're looking at your checks. Always. Oh, so it is. Yeah, big fella. It's okay. Hey, look, you know, hey, one day at a time. One game at a time, okay? Don't do too much. Just breathe. Just breathe. All right. And hopefully y'all learned something today, y'all. This is today's video for YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe, watch all the other videos as well. And subscribe so you can get more content just like this. And I'm going to see you guys on the next video.